top 5 Hamilton watches that I think represent really good value for money. I'm not a watch expert, I'm just a watch nerd, so if you disagree, or if you can think of any better watches in these categories, I'm sure a lot of you will, pop down into the comments. And whilst you're down there, why not click that subscribe button? Only 9% of you lovely, lovely people are subscribed, and we'd love to have more of you. So click it, please. And why not also click that join button? Support us directly, become a channel member. That would be sick too, so thank you very much. Gotta say, and I said this before, there are gonna be watches that are better value for money with better specs than some of these. But I still think Hamilton, in a lot of their catalogue, not all, but in a lot of their catalogue, do represent good value for money, okay? And these are just my opinions. And opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one, and a lot of them stink. And mine likely will too. Number 1, obviously, it's Hamilton. And what are Hamilton known for, Terry?
Movie watches.
They're known for their movie watches, but I was actually going to say they're field watches. Hamilton's most popular watches nowadays, especially in the UK, it's the Khaki Field. The Khaki Field watches represent most of their sales, especially in the UK, and I've heard that from Hamilton. So it makes no surprise that number 1 is the Khaki Field mechanical 38mm. They've recently introduced it in quartz. I don't think it's that great in quartz. So I want to talk about the mechanical 38mm. It's £545 for a absolutely excellent, bare bones, no frills attached field watch. 50 meters water resistant, could be improved, yes, because it's not a screw down crown, bit of an issue. But for £545, you're getting an 80-hour power reserve, you are getting some water resistance, you're getting sapphire crystal, you're getting a solid case back just to make it a little bit more solid, a really great NATO strap, just like the one on here, more about this later. And yeah, it's absolutely excellent. 20mm lug width, so you can just put it on anything if you want to. And honestly, the movement's bulletproof. It's the Hamilton H50 movement. And I honestly think that watch, for £545, you can't go wrong. It's a great first mechanical watch for so many people, and it is excellent. I've sold a lot of them when I was in the watch industry. Oh my God, they are so good. And they look great as well. Watch number 2, and there's a lot of different variations of this one, so I've decided to go for the 41mm Khaki Field Expedition. And why did I decide to go for the 41mm on this one specifically, even though I'm wearing the 37? And that's because the 37 and the 41mm are the same price. So I think the 41mm is a better value for money because you're getting more watch. But I'd still buy, personally, the 37 because I prefer it as a size. So that's my reasoning there. You get more watch for your money, literally. What is the price? It's £920, so it's a lot more money than the Khaki Field Mechanical. But what are you getting for that extra money? Well, first of all, you're getting a very, very good, very nice compass bezel, which is actually really nice, has a really nice feeling, and is super, super solid. You're also getting, and I expressed this as a issue on the mechanical, it's got a screw down crown with an elevated 100 meters water resistance. Now with the screw down crown, I'm inclined to trust that a lot more, so that's a big thumbs up from me. What else are you getting? Because there's a very big price increase for a bit more water resistance and a bezel. Well, glad you asked. It's not mechanical anymore, it's automatic. So you get that. You don't have to wind it every day. You might enjoy that, but it is another feature which I think is excellent. It's also a different movement. Rather than the H50, it is the H10, still featuring 80 hours power reserve. So big thumbs up there, really good power reserve. Either of the Khaki Field models I've talked about, the legibility is great, painted on dials, so they are super bulletproof. They are just made to be bulletproof, these watches. Plus, another extra I didn't mention on this one, you've got a sapphire case back. Also on this, it's another plus versus the mechanical, you do also have an anti-magnetic hairspring. So watch number 3. No list would be complete without talking about a dive watch. And Hamilton may not be known for their dive watches, but they have some absolutely excellent dive watches. So what are we going to talk about? We are going to talk about the Khaki Navy Scuba Auto. It's part of the Khaki line. They've got sea, air and land models, and I think the Scubas are actually some really, really good watches. Specifically, the model that we are going to be talking about is £990, just like the Khaki Field Expedition, but it represents some excellent value for money for £990. In all honesty, comes on a really actually comfortable rubber strap. I decided to go rubber, not steel. I think it's really, really cool on the rubber. Now, for £990, not only are you getting an 80-hour power reserve with the Hamilton H10 movement, which of course is anti-magnetic as well, all of that good stuff, you are also getting a ceramic bezel for £990, which is really, really good, and 300 meters water resistance. So it's pretty much a Submariner. 300 meters water resistance and ceramic bezel in a 43mm dive watch. Really good, solid crown guard as well there. Obviously sapphire crystal, that's to be expected. Honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with the Khaki Navy Scuba Auto if you're actually looking for a decent dive watch to use that's automatic. You can't go wrong. Watch number 4. I've got 2 dress watches. I couldn't decide between these 2 dress watches because I think they are both lovely and they're both super iconic as well. So the first dress watch is actually one that was recently, well, a version of it was recently featured in Indiana Jones and the Golden Dial.
No. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
And the Golden Compass. So a version of this watch was recently featured in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. That's the one. I remembered because Terry just told me. And that is the Hamilton Bolton. It is part of Hamilton's American Classics collection. And honestly, I think it's a lovely collection because it has that sort of... It's a bit Art Deco. It is a bit Art Deco. It's true Americana. It's a rectangular case, it's got Roman numerals, and honestly, it's lovely. And why is this one different? Well, that's because the one featured in the Dial of Destiny is quartz, and this is £840 for a beautiful manual wind dress watch. Stunning. It's got some lovely blue hands, it's got an off-white dial, it's got an 80-hour power reserve featuring the Hamilton H50 movement, which you may think, that's not great value for money because that's exactly the same movement as the first watch we talked about, but go away. It looks nice because it's a leather strap and it's a rectangular case, and honestly I don't think you can get anything that looks similar that's manual wind for the money. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's really, really lovely. So sue me if you don't think that's good value for money. Go away. And number 5, last but not least, Terry, what would no list of Hamiltons be complete without?
A Murph.
No.
Oh.
The Murph's a modern classic.
Oh, we're going vintage, aren't we?
Yeah.
I reckon this could be Will Smith's favourite Ventura.
Yes! Obviously, Hamilton is famous for the movie watches. We've already mentioned a couple movies in this video already. And yes, this is the famous Elvis watch, aka the Men in Black watch, aka the Ventura. Because it's made to sort of look like a UFO and stuff on the wrist. And honestly, it's just so cool. This is the Ventura Quartz we've chosen. And what am I doing? As an absolute madman, what am I doing putting an £870 quartz watch on a good value for money list? Well, I put it on this list simply because you can't get anything that's that iconic and that weird looking for the money. You simply can't. Specifically the size I chose, because you do have a choice of sizes, is the 32mm by 50mm variant. But honestly, the design is just phenomenal. Plus, if I were in the market for a Ventura, this is the classic. This is the one I'd get, because I'll be honest, I don't like any of the other Venturas, really. They're a bit weird and too out there for me, but this is the classic. This is the one Elvis gave to everyone who would bloody listen to him, and it's honestly just so cool, and I just wanted to talk about it, to be honest. It has mineral crystal. It's not even sapphire crystal for £870. So really, this is a four watch list, but if you want an absolutely iconic, dressy watch that hasn't gone out of style in 70 years and likely will never go out of style, it's very American, this list. Pure Americana, just like you're always going to get with Hamilton, and that's That's the point of it, I guess. What do you guys think of my list? It's not a very good list, but give me other suggestions down in the comments. And whilst you're down there, why not like, subscribe, ding that bell icon so you never miss another video, and why not consider clicking that join button? Supporting us directly would be really, really, really appreciated. But just like the people on the screen now did. These guys are the best people in the world, and the second best people in the world are all of you watching this video. So you know what I'm going to say. Watch yourselves.